guys, long time no see. So I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video. You guys know if you follow me on like Twitter and Instagram and things like that, I've kind of talked about how my kids were home for the summer. It was really hard for me to balance kind of like the stay-at-home mom life and videos this summer. For some reason, it was just really hard for me to stay consistent. So I decided to just take a little bit of a break. But my kids are back in school now, and so I'm gonna have way more time to film for you guys. And I was craving cookies, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna film this. I'm gonna film this for you guys so you know what my favorite cookies of all time are and why I make these every single time, because they're so good. And yeah, so we're gonna do something a little bit different today. Plus, it's fall, so it's the perfect time to show you guys some cookies, because I feel like during the fall, I just wanna bake and stay inside and just be cozy, read books, drink tea, and this is the perfect like fall cookie recipe. And these are just like peanut butter cookies, really soft peanut butter cookies, and I also add some chocolate chips in there, so it's like peanut butter chocolate chip. They're so good. So the first thing you want to do is you want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. In a bowl, we're gonna do the butter and the peanut butter and the sugars in this bowl, and we're going to mix them together. So for the butter, I'm just using the Earth Balance vegan butter because this is what I buy, because I try to cut back on my dairy as much as I can. You can use regular butter if you want, but I use the Earth Balance and it works fine. I've never had any issues using Earth Balance butter for recipes before. So you want to do a half of a cup of that, and then you're going to do a cup of peanut butter, an entire cup of peanut butter, which is a lot of peanut butter. And normally I use just creamy peanut butter, and I use Jif, but I actually bought crunchy peanut butter not too long ago on accident, and I was so mad because I don't like crunchy peanut butter, but I didn't want it to go to waste, so I'm actually using a half of a cup of crunchy and then a half of a cup of smooth, but of course you can use all smooth if you want, or all crunchy if you want. And then we're going to do a third of a cup of sugar, just regular white sugar. So now we're going to do 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and the brown sugar is going to be what makes these cookies really soft. And it's like the secret ingredient to soft cookies is brown sugar. And when I put this into the little measuring cup, I just barely press it down. Not really hard, but you just kind of want to press it down a little bit. And that seems to work well for me for this recipe. So you're going to put that in there, and then you're going to mix this with a mixer. So I have one of these hand mixers. You could obviously use a stand mixer if you want, but I actually find hand mixers to be easier than stand mixers, so I just use this instead. So once you have that all mixed up, it's gonna look like this. So now you're gonna add an egg, just one single egg. You can add egg substitute if you want to use the egg substitute, if you want, whatever you guys like to use for egg substitute if you're a vegan. And then you're gonna do 1 tablespoon of vanilla, which seems like a lot of vanilla, but it works, trust me. 1 tablespoon of vanilla. You're gonna do 1 teaspoon of milk. You could do almond milk, coconut milk, regular milk, whatever you wanna do. But this is gonna make it just slightly wetter in consistency. So we're gonna do that. And then you're gonna mix it again. Guys, I'm telling you, these are so flipping good. I'm so excited for these to be done because I just want to eat them already. So in a separate bowl, we're going to do our flour and our salt and our baking soda. So we're going to do 1.5 cups of flour, and then for salt, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. It can be heaping if you want to do heaping. And we're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking soda. That in there. Then I just do a little quick mix. And then you're going to slowly add this to the bowl as you're mixing. Alright, so this is what it looks like. It's really crumbly dough. But once you kind of like mush it together, it becomes kind of a little bit more like doughy. So what you can do now is you can add the chocolate chips now, and I recommend doing like a half of a cup of chocolate chips, but I'm kind of weird and I add my chocolate chips at the end, which I'll show you guys, because I like 3 chocolate chips per cookie. I'm very specific, so I add it at the very end, which I'll show you guys. But if you are not as patient as me, you can add about a half of a cup in right now. You're gonna get your baking sheet, and I spray my baking sheet. Some people say not to spray baking sheets when you bake, but I always do because I'm always afraid the cookies are gonna stick, so I always do. And then you're gonna do about like, what, 1.5 inch size balls, and you're going to put them on the sheet, and then I'm gonna show you guys what I do with the little chocolate chips. So once the cookies are all on the platter, you're just gonna take a little fork and you're just gonna do a cross pattern like this. And you're just gonna push them down just a little bit. And you can sprinkle sugar on top if you want, which I do that sometimes, but other times I don't. And this is part of the reason, you guys, why I like waiting till the end to add the chocolate chips, because then you don't have to add them to all the cookies. Because sometimes I don't want chocolate chips, and other times I do want chocolate chips. So if you don't, then you don't have to add chocolate chips to all the cookies. So I just add in 3 into the dough, and I'm gonna do it all on this one, and then in my next batch, I'm actually not gonna add chocolate chips, and I'm just gonna do regular peanut butter, so. And plus, I feel like when you do it like this, it's more like eye-catching, you know what I mean? Like, it looks like you styled your cookies and you made them look nice, because there's like 3 on the top of each one. I don't know, I think it's cute. Let's put 4 in this one, let's be daring. In this one. All right guys, so we're gonna put this in the oven for about 11 minutes. You could put them in for less time if you want them to be super duper soft, but I feel like 11 minutes, sometimes even 12 minutes is like the perfect time. So I'm gonna do 11, and then I'm gonna check them, and if there's too soft still, then I'm gonna go up to 12 minutes. But like I said, you can go less or more depending how like gooey you want them, but I feel like that's a good time. So that is it, guys. Such an easy recipe, but I'm telling you, so good. Some of my all-time favorite cookies ever, and every time I make cookies, like, this is literally the recipe that I make. And I will show you guys what the finished product looks like. My daughter's gonna be so excited that I made cookies for them because they love these too. So I'll show you guys what they look like when they're done. So the key to these cookies, you guys, is letting them cool completely before you get them off the cookie sheet, because they are such soft cookies. If you get them off too early, they will just literally crumble everywhere. They'll break apart. So you just want to make sure that they're completely cooled before you get them off. And then you can make your second batch. And I think this makes about 19 cookies or so, 18 give or take. Depends on how big you make them. But I'm telling you guys, you're gonna die because they're so good. So that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more videos in this format as far as like baking or cooking goes. Normally I just do my what I eat in a day videos, and they have the voiceover and everything, but I thought this was kind of fun and different. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. I will talk to you guys later. Bye!